Closed body David Dunne is the only survivor of a terrible accident from which he escapes without a scratch. This arouses the attention of Elijah Price, a strange and dark man who is fanatical about comic books, who believes he has the solution to the mystery. Together they embark on an immersive journey of self-discovery. And in January 2001, Corpo Fachado debuted, another partnership between the filmmaker and actor Bruce Willis. Perhaps because many expected more of a thriller and horror story, the public's reception turned out not to be as warm as imagined. Even knowing this expectation from the large audience, the filmmaker decided not to repeat himself. David Dunne, Willis, is returning to Philadelphia by train and a terrible accident happens. Inexplicably, he is the only survivor in a derailment that killed 125 people. If that wasn't enough, Dunne doesn't have a scratch on his body. Still trying to understand how he escaped unscathed, he is sought out by Elijah Price, Samuel L. Jackson, a comic book collector who believes David may be destined for a noble mission, saving the weak from evil. That's right. Closed Body is nothing more than the origin story of a superhero. Early on, it is explained to us that Price suffers from a rare disease, making his bones so fragile that a simple blow can shatter them. Since he can't play like a normal child, Elijah grows up surrounded by comic books and stories about heroes. As an adult, he begins to look for who would be his opposite, someone who was unbreakable. And he believes that David is the answer to his search. Again, Shyamalan deals with the exclusion that an ability or a condition can bring to a human being. Like the boy Cole Sear in The Sixth Sense, who didn't get along with other kids because he was haunted by ghosts, Elijah Price grew up surrounded only by his paper friends, the comic book heroes, because he couldn't move and have fun. Be like boys your age. Another point dear to the filmmaker and which returns in this feature film are family dramas. David is having trouble in his marriage and his wife, Audrey, Robin Wright, sees the accident as an opportunity to give their relationship a second chance. The couple's son, Joseph, Spencer Treat Clark, suffers from the situation and tries to bring his parents closer. A key scene of this is right after the accident, when David is reunited with his family and the boy tries to put his parents' hands together, which soon break away when he is no longer looking. Bruce Willis is extremely restrained and body closed. His performance reflects well what that man is going through. As Samuel L. Jackson's character states at one point in the film, there's nothing scarier than not knowing your place in the world. And that's exactly what David Dunne suffers every day. Introspective performance by Willis, once again accurately directed by the filmmaker. But the movie's big draw is Elijah Price. Dressed in purple, with singular hair and extremely serious about his certainties, that fragile man is one of the most interesting characters Shyamalan has ever conceived. In their third film together, the chemistry between Willis and Jackson was getting better and better, and it achieves impressive results when they share the screen. Something that stands out in Shyamalan's direction are the inventive ways of framing his shots. Right at the beginning of the feature, when Bruce Willis is on the train, the camera is located on the seats in front of the actor, making it have to move to focus on the actor and the actress next to him. Long takes, like when David is in the hospital, or while talking to Elijah Price at the stadium, are interesting because they are very open and descriptive shots. David is lost, confused, and the camera doesn't get close to him right now. Another beautiful scene involves the protagonist and his heightened powers inside a bus station. The sharp colors of some characters are inserted to show the audience that this is a person who has had some effect on their perception. Closed Body is a drama that tells the origin of an original hero, out of the mind of Shyamalan, a big fan of comics. The negative response from the general public may be in the way the film was sold. Anyone expecting to see a supernatural thriller tends to be underwhelmed by the story. The feature is a drama with a detailed narrative, which privileges the growth of the characters, with a slow but precise pace. The filmmaker's idea, by the way, was to make Corpo Fachado the first chapter of a trilogy, but which has not yet seen the light of day. There are more concrete plans for a second film, and both Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson have already been open to participating. What must be holding up this sequel are the constant box office failures of the director's films. Wouldn't this be a chance to turn things around? Hello Step, I ask you to subscribe to the channel, to strengthen us to put better content on the channel.